Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Wanted to show you how you can use SERPWOO's Zora on-site analysis tool to improve your SEO, your search engine ranking, to help move you up if you're on the page 2, page 3, page 4, even if you're on the bottom of page 1, how you can actually use SERPWOO and SERPWOO Zora to move your site up in the ranks. And today we're actually looking at the keyword Masters in Criminal Justice. So if you're a university or a college and you're looking to move your organic rankings up, this is the perfect video for you. I went ahead and started tracking higher education keywords some months ago, particularly this keyword, which is Masters in Criminal Justice. I've got a lot of data on this keyword and other higher education keywords, and I just wanted to pick a random school out of this list. Now I've got our SERP view on our online reputation management mode, but we can easily go down here, and I just happen to pick Purdue. And as you can see, Purdue has, for the last couple of weeks, just been bouncing up and down. Started off at 44th on 10-2. And now they've ended up 31st on 10/13, which is yesterday, as of the date of this video. Never hit the front page. So if I was Purdue and I was somebody sitting in the marketing department in organic, or just maybe higher up in the marketing department, I would really want to know, how can I move my site up? Now, maybe they're not trying to rank for this particular keyword, but nonetheless, this is how you would use SERPWOO and Zora to actually move Purdue up for the keyword Masters in Criminal Justice. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top here, and I'm going to go to our newest on-site analysis tool, Zora, which has a lot of beta testers pushing it, using the analysis, and they've been able to get results within less than 2 days, actually, sometimes overnight. So I've got a lot of stuff that I've been tracking here, and we're going to go into Masters in Criminal Justice, and we're going to view this particular analysis. So while as this loads up, I'll show you here real quick. Again, this is our target keyword, Masters in Criminal Justice. This was the target URL, which was the Purdue URL for their criminal justice degree. I just happened to pick out of the SERPs their particular URL here, Purdue Global. So this was when they were 32nd. I just happened to pick their URL here. Now I could have at any point redo this analysis, say if I was working with Ashford, if I was working for this particular site, which is probably, I was going to say that it was an affiliate site, but it's Ole Miss. We could even do it for any of these sites if we wanted to do sju.edu, but we're particularly looking at Purdue for no specific reason, just because they were further down in the SERPs. So I'm going to look at this checklist here, and what Zora has done is Zora has gone out on Google, collected the top 100 websites for the term that we're looking at here, which is Masters in Criminal Justice. So it just basically pulled the top 100 SERPs, and then it went through and analyzed all 100 websites and where they are ranked in that top 100. And essentially it pulled all the HTML data, looked at where it ranked, and is trying to find correlations and trends within that data, like maybe that the top sites, they're all using specific words in the H3 tag, or maybe they're using certain elements like a list element or a form tag. And it tries to find these correlations with scientific math. So we're basically looking at things such as Spearman correlation and Pearson correlation. And we're taking that math and we're trying to see, does this math correlate with what's ranking on the first page compared to everything else for this particular element, which is the HTML element, and this particular keyword. And then all that gets thrown together and spits out essentially what you need to do for your specific website. For an example, if you are PurdueGlobal.edu, what you need to improve. It gives you a roadmap. So first it finds out what is correlating with good rankings, and then it tells you what you're missing and what you need to improve. Sometimes it even tells you you've done too much and you need to decrease. But if we were Purdue Global, which is what this analysis is specifically set on, we could come down through here and find out what's good, very good, strong as far as importance levels. We could find out the average that these sites are using, where Purdue Global is currently as far as what elements that they have that contain this keyword. Like currently right now for the H3 with a term that contains the word criminal, they've only got one H3 tag that contains the word criminal. But the average is actually 3.4 that is ranking. And we get that average because there's some websites that have 0, some that have 6, and we're telling you that you need to increase the total on that page by 2. Now what you can find really interesting though is looking at this analysis, you can tell that the H4 tag is very important. We've got H3 listed here, but we've actually got H4 listed at least 3 times in the second, third, and fourth most important listings. We also, if we look at the roadmap that's suggesting what you need to do, it's telling you that this needs to increase by 5. So when you've got something that's listed very good within Zora, and you've got it multiple times as an element like H4, and you've got at least 2 or 3 that you need to increase, that's something to really pay attention to. That's telling me in general the H4 tag is very, very important. Not that the H3 is less important, but when I'm looking at this holistically and I'm looking at what I need to improve and what I need to change, this H4 tag is very important. We need to get the word justice in there, criminal justice. More particularly, we probably just need the whole phrase masters in criminal justice in H4s, and we need it in there multiple times. Not that you're keyword spamming one H4, but you probably need 4 or 5 H4s that have different sentences in them that contain these words, criminal justice or masters in criminal justice. This analysis is very good. So, let's just take a look at Purdue's website and just see how many H4s they do have and what kind of terms are actually listed in those H4s. So I've already gotten Purdue pulled up. You're probably not seeing all of their page here, but this is their page here for Purdue University Global. And we're just going to quickly look for what kind of H4 tags they have. So it says that there's 6. There's probably actually 3 because it's going to count the closing tag. So let's just see if we can find that here. So yeah, no criminal justice term in that one here. Looking through the other H4s, it's off screen here, but yeah, there's nothing that says criminal justice in the H4. So yeah, that's definitely something that that they would want to improve. They would want to improve on their H4s usage of the word criminal justice or masters in criminal justice. They don't have that in any of their H4s. They've got 3 H4 tags. None of those contain the word. So that's probably going to be an immediate huge improvement for Purdue if they wanted to rank for masters in criminal justice. And this is the same analysis that you could do with your website, going through running a Zora analysis on particular keywords that you want to rank for, and looking at what we bring back and just validating that. If you wanted to validate any of these results, you could see the websites that we're using. So here within the top 10, there are these 4 sites that are actually using the word justice in their H4. At least that term is in there. More than likely, the term Masters in Criminal Justice is in that H4. But we do break it down by keyword so that you can actually see if there's any singular particular term that you might be missing. As you scroll down, you get a lot more recommendations that include H3, H2s, includes meta descriptions. We probably have some jobs here, so if you were a school, this would actually be a term that you would want to ignore, because I bet what's happening is there are some salary or job websites that are talking about what kind of jobs that you can get with Masters in Criminal Justice. So yeah, these aggregators here are probably talking a lot about the jobs that you can get. So if you're a school, this would probably be something that you would want to ignore, which you can easily do here. Ignore this keyword term. I'm not going to do it for this demonstration, but you can definitely knock these out here. As we scroll down, we see even more recommendations for titles. We see recommendations for links and for terms that need to be in the paragraph tag. Again, this jobs one is probably pulling up the same websites here. Yeah, these are besides nu.edu that maybe talks about what kind of jobs that you can get after school. The rest of these look like that they're probably aggregators. Again, that's something that you can ignore. But we get more suggestions for the link anchor, the list tag, words that need to be bolded or strong. As we keep going down in our analysis, we even see suggestions for images and the alt tag for those images, and how many we need to increase by here on the increase total on page by 1. Looks like Purdue doesn't have any image tags that have alt text with the criminal justice term. And then as we come down further, we are able to look at our div tags and see what's there as well. So some of these might be particular to a particular state. You know, that's something that you could ignore if you were a school that was like in Florida or Colorado. You could definitely take that out, because you know, it isn't competing against other schools. This is competing against aggregators that might just happen to have the word Arizona in their text. It's probably coming from, coming from a list that's within their div tag that just is listing the state that the prospective student is in, or maybe where the hot jobs are at for criminal justice. If Arizona is just a big magnet for jobs there, that's probably where that's coming in from. But you can definitely ignore that keyword term and go through all of the terms that are relevant for you and for your school. Now, if I was a website aggregator, like an affiliate where I was sending in leads, or maybe I was a secondary property that a school owned that just happened to talk about best master's degrees, then this would be super relevant potentially, but more research would be needed to go look at those websites to see why Arizona is there. But you can definitely do this for any other schools. If we wanted to change this, we could go into our SERPs, and let's say that we wanted to look at Franklin EDU. Let's switch to Franklin here. Looks like that didn't take, so let's try again real quick. Okay, that definitely took. So we're going to go back and look at our analysis here. Now the analysis is for Franklin, as you can see here, and we're going to get specifics for Franklin. So as you remember with Purdue, H4 came up several times, just like it is for Franklin. Franklin, though, has more H4s that contain their terms. And so the suggestion is not for 5 like it was for Purdue, but 1, 2, and 2. As you remember, though, Franklin actually ranked higher than Purdue for this term. That's probably why, because they are closer to the target average for a lot of these analyses. But again, you could go through and do this for any school if you wanted to check your competitors, if you wanted to check your school. But this is definitely a tool that many of our beta users have been using and seeing results within 24 hours and 48 hours. This is definitely something that's going to scientifically look at which ranking and compare it to your school, and then give you a roadmap. And if you're listening to this video, this isn't just for higher education. This is for any industry, any website that's looking to move up and dominate the top of Google. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to make a couple more. Be on the lookout, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.